This is the LaFontaine Automotive Group 6 Sports Desk.
You may have noticed that the Lansing Lugnuts not only have a new name, but a new look for this weekend's three-game series versus the Beloit Snappers. And well, if not, then now you're aware. They're the Lansing Locos this weekend, and they're ditching the red and gray for some teal and yellow. The Locos held a youth clinic prior to tonight's game 2. The name and uniform are catchy, of course, but it's the meaning behind it that's important. They're doing this to celebrate Latin heritage in Lansing, as well as its historic and cultural connection to baseball. 72 minor league teams are participating in what's being called Copa de la Diversión, also known as the Fun Cup. Usually the announcers and fans will shout, "Let's go nuts," but last night the players heard "Vamos Locos."
Obviously I'm in the bullpen, down there, so there's a lot of fans, you can hear it. So yeah, I heard it a little bit. It's pretty cool. I'm trying to brush up on my Spanish every day, so I can talk to my teammates. But minor league baseball is full of Latin players, and I've become great friends with some of the Latin teammates I've had. And it's actually great, be a part of that culture and kind of learn from them as they learn from us. So I think becoming a Locos is really comforting for them.
Game 2 between the Kansas City Royals and Detroit Tigers is underway at Comerica Park as we speak. The Royals are up 9-2 in the 6th, but let's be real. The 9th inning is where it's at as of late for the Tigres, and all because of the American League Reliever of the Month, a.k.a. Shane Green. He's been a beast on the mound. Let's rewind to last night's Game 1, top of the 9th. Detroit up 4-2, and he says, "See you later, Hunter Dozier." Now, with Jorge Soler at the plate, Green is looking for out number 2, and yeah, that didn't go as planned. Soler buries this ball into left center for the solo shot, makes it a 4-3 game, and Green's brilliant save streak is in jeopardy. But he regroups, gets Kelvin Gutierrez swinging, so all that's left is the final out, and he gets Martin Maldonado to pop out. That does it. Green earns his AL leading 13th save in 13 chances. By the way, the Tigers only have 14 wins, so Green has played a huge factor in why they're just a game under 500. But whew, talk about keeping your composure.
Obviously, you can't throw it there and pay for it, and then one pitch at a time. We still got a ball game to win, so got the job done, and I'll be ready tomorrow. That's what this game's all about. You lose your confidence, sooner or later you're going to pay for it. So you got to walk around thinking you're the best, knowing you're the best, and playing like you're the best.
He's got good stuff right now. It's coming out of his hand really good, and he feels really confident, and he's a workaholic. When he gets here early, he goes through his routines. He's got a heck of a routine all day long, you know what? We feel pretty good when he comes in.
He's not a professional pitcher, but for the Tigers or any Major League Baseball team, but former Spartan Kirk Cousins does know a thing or two about what it takes to throw a ball at the pro level. He, of course, specializes in the pigskin variety with the Minnesota Vikings, but prior to yesterday's game, he had the honor of throwing out the ceremonial first pitch in Motown. Cousins was a busy man on Friday. His morning started in East Lansing, where he delivered quite a speech. The former MSU quarterback spoke at one of Michigan State's commencement ceremonies at the Breslin Center, and he expressed to them the opportunity they have to make a difference in the world, while also sharing his own frustrations of his early years at MSU that almost had him giving up. Good thing he didn't, because he'll be entering his 8th season in the NFL come this fall. And if there's one player on the Spartans' current football team Cousins can relate to, it's QB Brian Lewerke. He offered this advice.
Well, first and foremost, enjoy the journey. He's a 5th-year senior. Don't be so caught up in the end product or what's got to happen by the end of the year that you forget to just enjoy the process. But he's shown what he can do. It's such a team game, from coaches to protection to receivers to the whole game. You got to have the pieces around you, and I was a guy who had a lot of pieces around me too. And if he has it, I think he'll do very well.
Since we're on the topic of former Spartans, it's only right we showcase Rod Brindamore and his Carolina Hurricanes, especially after what they did to the New York Islanders last night. The Rays and Canes breezed a victory in Game 4, 5-2 the final. It was a clean sweep and the first 4-game sweep in franchise history. Now it's on to the Eastern Conference Finals for Rod the Bot and his crew as they anxiously await their opponent, which will be the winner of the Boston and Columbus series. The Bruins and Blue Jackets drop the puck tonight in Game 5 of their series, which is tied at 2 games apiece. And of course, we'll have our eyes on that one because of Torrey Krug. And Diane Phillips has an eye on our forecast. She'll be back with it after the break.